Awesome. Thank you so much. First of all, a very good morning to everyone. Very happy to be here for the live virtual revision classes for our strategic management. And this is going to be an interesting session because we will cover up chapter 1 and 2 today. We'll practice a lot of questions, okay, which is the core of solving all the examinations. Okay. Oh, I see Akam joining in. Hello, Akam. How are you? Very good morning to you. We'll just wait for another 30-40 seconds for our friends to join in because we bang on 7 a.m. Okay, so we'll wait for some time. We have a very interesting session lined up for you for strategic management revision classes, chapter 1 and 2, a lot of practice, a lot of questions, and that's going to be helpful. And I would really request use these sessions to ask questions, to use this platform to clarify your queries, exam related, subject related, concept related. This is a time where you can use to have an interaction live with us. Ask your questions. Do not hesitate, right? It's a great platform. It's an initiative for you guys to succeed in the examinations. So use that to the fullest. Okay. So strategic management. First, let's very quickly, I know you would have been studying that. Ideally, you would be now in the phases where you know what syllabus is, what subject you're studying, right? And strategic management is one such paper within intermediate group, which probably has potential to give you a view of the world around you, right? How the businesses are happening. A lot of you would have heard these days the hot topics being IPOs, being strategy, expansion, offline model, online model. What are these acquisitions? This company acquired this investment company acquired that, right? What is happening in the business world? How are these businesses becoming big from grassroots level? What is happening? How is the money flowing in? What are the operations? What are the management styles? What are the stakeholders they are catering to? All these concepts are packed into strategic management as a paper, and that's why it becomes even more relevant for us as chartered accountants getting into practice as consultants, getting into employment with industries, big names, small names, wherever you go, in whatever capacity. This will stay with you. This has to stay with you. Right? This is so important for us in our profession. And the chapters are very well defined in terms of what concepts we want to cover and what is relevant in today's world. Okay. I see Abhishek joining in as well. Very good morning, Abhishek. People who are watching online on other platforms will be very helpful if you join on Zoom. You can ask a lot of questions directly here. You can interact with me directly here. We can spend last 30-40 minutes of the session on a live. I can unmute you. You can ask your questions here live. So we'll use that facility of Zoom to have an interaction for you to learn more, to interact with us more. So anybody who is watching in on any other mode, right, a YouTube or BOS app, wherever you're watching, I would request you join on Zoom. The link is available on BOS Live app. You can go and join there. Okay. Very nice. So Abhishek and Akam, I see you on Zoom. Very good morning, Abhishek. See you on chat as well. Thank you so much. Okay. So before I start, okay, all the revision classes, whenever you're doing revision, there's certain thing I personally do, and I would really like you to do that as well. Okay. One, that is reflection. You should always reflect where you stand. You cannot hide things from yourself. You can hide a lot of things from others. You can hide a lot of things, uh, right, from friends. And I'm all well prepared. I'm very confident. But inside yourself, you know how well prepared you are. And let's do a self reflection survey very quickly before we get into the revision class. Okay. Hi, Bushra. I see you online as well. Thanks for joining. Okay, first reflection point whenever you're preparing for your exams. One, Are you on your planned time schedule for your exams? Okay, people, you can answer on the chat. Be truthful. Are you on your planned time schedule for the exams? Yes or no? Whatever timetable you planned for, whatever time you thought I will complete this by this, I'll complete that by that. Are you on time? Awesome, Abhishek. You're on time. Very happy. Very proud of you. Okay, you're on time. What about others? What about Akam? What about Bushra? You can type in the chat, guys. Okay. Others join in on Zoom if you're live. Very good. Very good, Akam. You're also on time. Very happy. You guys are very disciplined. I never used to be on time. I was always running late, but very happy if you're on time and you're being truthful. Awesome. Bushra, are you on time? Is your preparation on time? Not are you on time, but is your preparation as per your plan, as per your timetable? You have trouble following it sometimes, Akam. I know that's tough and it's not easy. But if you're still 90-95% there, awesome. Great job. Okay. What are your distractions? You also have to identify your distraction. Okay. This is going to be your make it or break it thing for your examinations, whatever exam you're giving, right? In life, or especially for us today, the C examinations or your graduation examination, most of you would be doing it together or not, right? What are your distractions? Let's share on the chat as well. Instagram, maybe YouTube, right? Social media, right? Spending hours and hours on Instagram reels, watching random useless, never to be used reels or information, right? Spending hours and hours on it, late nights, in bed, ruining our postures, ruining our time, everything. That's a distraction. Everybody would agree, right? Kavya, thanks for joining. Very happy to see you here. All of you would agree, right? Social media is one of the biggest distractions, biggest reasons for short attention span. And I would agree, you guys are in a different generation because the attention span has reduced to 20, 15 seconds, 20 seconds. You want something, you're so used to going to the next, and when you have to study. And now when you have to study, you have to stick to a same chapter for hours and hours. You have to commit yourself to an examination for almost 4, 5 years, but your brain is now attuned to quick returns, right? I don't like this, swipe. I don't like that, swipe. Change, different apps. You have options. But when you're preparing for examinations, you don't have that. So it becomes difficult, and I would agree, and that's a distraction. How do you solve that? Okay. How do you solve that is only and only one thing. You have to focus on what you want to achieve. Okay. World for you in next 3, 4 years is going to be absolutely different. When I say world, it means your world. Today, you're a student, you're enjoying studying, you're going to the college, sitting at home, studying, preparing, you're getting food on your table, right? Parents are there to support, or you're supporting yourself. However, it's still easier, but where you want to be in the next couple of years, right? Getting into a big name, or I don't know, if you want to get into a job, you want to get into a Morgan Stanley, you want to get into a big HUL, you want to get into a Tata Group, you want to get into investment banking, into a startup like a Flipkart or maybe an Amazon, right? You want to get into big uh, banking roles like an HDFC, you want to get into an ICICI bank, I don't know. When you think about that, and then you think, is watching 30, 40 minutes, 1 hour of reel worth it versus me sitting on a desk as a manager finance to begin with, or as my own practice, having 50 clients to cater to? The trade-off is very simple in your brain, right? The trade-off is simple. So think about where you want to be, and the distractions probably fade away slowly. But again, you have to do that every day. It's not like aaj socha wahan honge and then it's over. So remove distractions, my friend, right? It's difficult. It's easier said, but you have to do it. Number three, do you just want to clear the exam, or are you eyeing for an all India rank? You should always eye for an all India rank. It's gonna be top 50. But it doesn't mean you won't be there, right? If your motive is just to pass the exams, chances are 50-50 if you would. I'll tell you why, because you're just putting that much effort. It's a competitive exam, my friend. Chartered accountancy, you go and see lakhs of students give that exam. Recent result 25%, 27%. Let's take that as the best scenario. 25% of the people will clear it. So out of 1 lakh, 25,000 students clear it. The other 75,000 have to give another attempt. So do you just want to clear, or you're aiming for a rank? If you're aiming for a rank, then you get into that top 25%, right? If you're aiming for that all India rank, then you work towards that 25%. If you just want to pass, then you're part of that 100% group which is just studying to clear. So I'm not saying you should be fanatic, you should just go crazy for a rank, and you're sleepless if I don't get a rank. No, but why not? Why not? It's a different feeling altogether. It's a different achievement altogether. Aim for it. Okay. Number four, very serious and honest question. I want each one of you live in the classroom to answer this. Okay. Hi, Priyanshi. I see you as well. Have you read the study material? Let's be honest. I want each one of you to please put in a yes or a no in the chat. Please do it for me and let me know. Have you read the study material? Are you preparing from the study material? Kavya, yes. Thank you. Awesome. Very nice. Akam, you're preparing from the SM? Awesome. What about others? Bushra, yes. Very nice. What about Priyanshi? What about Abhishek? Abhishek, no? Interesting. Abhishek, where are you preparing from? If not from study material, where are you preparing from that? We're very happy, Bushra, Akam, Kavya, thanks for responding, and you're on the right track. Let me tell you, there will be certain questions in examination which will go bouncer for a lot of students who have not studied the study material, but people who have studied the study material will, there'll be a cakewalk for them. Okay. Abhishek, genuine question. If you're not studying for the study material, where are you preparing from? Again, I'm not pointing you out, but just want to understand, where are you studying from? Do you have some notes? Are you referring to some uh, book from the ICAI only, like a Saransh or something? You're just reading that. You're reading some notes from the previous LVCs. Where are you preparing SM? Okay, awesome. By watching videos, notes provided by the teacher. Very nice, Abhishek. Okay, Abhishek, one catch will be, okay, I'll be very honest, you still have time. One catch for you will be, if you're just watching the videos and the notes by the teacher, you're 50% there. Why? Because we are covering the concepts here. Okay. We are covering the concepts here. The study material will have more details into each of the concepts. Okay. The teacher will help you understand the concept, but the practical implementation, the material, the questions will come from the study material. The questions will not come from the notes. The notes are for you to understand. If you've done that, you understand the concept. But exam questions will come from the study material, and you should then not say the notes were not enough. The notes will never be enough because the exam comes from the study material. So if the exam comes from study material, we have to go through the study material at least once, if not twice. If you don't have time, if you don't have the willingness at least once to please karna, because then you will keep thinking मैंने सब कुछ किया था. I did everything possible. I did the notes, I attended all classes, still I struggled because the question, जहाँ से question आना है, source को पकड़ो. That is study material. Okay. Number 5. Have you solved questions yourself or you have just read the questions and answers? Okay. This is where things get interesting. A lot of students come to us and say, I have done 300 question practice. Okay. Did you just read them or did you legit solve them yourself? I'm not just talking about MCQs, I'm even talking about descriptive questions. अब descriptive questions में students come and say, I did not score good marks. Yes, because you were just reading somebody else's answer. If you read a novel, you cannot become an author. You become an author when you write a book yourself, right? That's how I put it. किसी और की book पढ़ के I can't say, if I'm reading a Harry Potter novel, doesn't mean I can write a Harry Potter novel. But if I start writing a Harry Potter novel, maybe I can even write better than them. But I have to write to see if I can really write. That's where things get interesting for a student. For you have to solve questions yourself, my friend. You have to solve questions yourself. I hope you guys are doing that. If not, we'll do that today. I'm not here to scare you, I'm here to help you. Okay, if not, we'll solve questions together today. You will learn to solve questions today. Okay, and number 5, do you have a guide or a mentor to help you with your questions? If yes, great. If you have an elder sibling, a friend, a senior, somebody from college, somebody from work, somebody in family, awesome. If no, the answer is no. Don't use ChatGPT for your mentorship. They will always keep you, right? But that's good if you want to talk. Again, if not, this is the platform, my friends. This is the platform. You can rely on us. On these platforms, we are live. You can ask questions. You want to talk to us, last 30, 40 minutes, we can just have a conversation. I can unmute you as well. We can have a verbal anything that is pushing you, pressurizing you in terms of preparation, right? Feel free to share that, and we'll be very, very happy. Very, very esteemed faculties are on this session as well, right? Esteemed BOS um, faculties and directors and everybody are here. We are here to help you. These sessions are there. Consider this as a place where you can find answers to your problems. Okay, use it like that. So if you don't have anybody to help you or guide you or mentor you, this is the place where you have that. So feel confident, feel happy about it that finally you are at a place where things can be helped, where things can come easy for you. Okay, awesome. With that, let me very quickly cover this thing, resources available on the BOS Live website. You go to BOS Live. How many of you have gone to this website, boslive.icai.org, the index page? How many of you have seen this page, right? I hope all of you have. I just hope. Okay, very good. Most of you have. This is a gold mine for your preparation. You have the books here, you have case books, you have model test papers, you have case scenario booklets, you have previous year question papers, you have revision test papers, you have suggested answers. How the institute wants you to write answers is here. Mock test paper series keeps happening. Keep an eye on that, right? Previous year suggested answers, the saransh, right? You have a new study material, you have a preparation material, you have the last mile reference, we call it saransh. Absolute great short revision booklet for you. Okay, it's it's awesome if you want to prepare for if you want to revise from it, prepare always from the study material. Revision can be from Saransh. Quick 1 hour SM revision, blah, 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 this concept, this concept, this concept, this is what it said, this is what it said. It's like a small booklet, and you can just go through all the 5 chapters in like 1 hour, right? It's great, but that's for revision. Everything is available for free. Everything is available for free. आजकल तो if you even have to book an Uber, you have to pay extra money, you have to give extra tip to book an Uber. But all of this knowledge for your preparation is free, right? That's where things get more in your favor from a preparation perspective, from a course perspective. That's why you should feel good about the course, about your preparation. You have everything available at your disposal for free. These classes are free. Okay. You have student portals again. You have so much stuff available for you. Your special student portals, right? You have e-Sahayata, you have your digital learning campus, you have student activities. You want to go out extracurricular, make friends from the same community, go and use all of this. These are great places. Right? I've seen so many friends from industry who have made friends on such platforms, same community, and today those are the network. They want to switch jobs, they want new clients, they want new work. There are so many friends across the industry. Use all of this. Okay. With that, let me get to the main stuff for you, which is our revision. Okay. So get ready. If what we'll do is I'll practice some questions with you. Okay. Now, these questions will be from the entire syllabus. Okay. This can be from any chapter, though we will do a revision of chapter 1 and 2. But I want to just set the bar of where this class is going to be, where I will take your revision preparation at. Okay. I just want to show you how fun studying strategic management can be. So if you're ready for this quiz, just give me a thumbs up, okay, whatever emoji in the chat, and we will get going with this quiz. And I want each one of you for the next 30 minutes, just leave everything, focus on your screens. 30 minutes, full revision practice with questions for you. Use this time, my friend. Do not do not be distracted during the next 30 minutes. Are we ready to get into our quiz? I have one ready from Bushra. What about others? Abhishek, Akam, Kavya, are we ready? Abhishek, awesome. Other two, Akam, Kavya, can we start? Awesome, we are ready. Very good. Here we go with our first question, guys. Read the question carefully and answer. Okay, read the question carefully and answer. This is pure practice. We're doing a revision, we are practicing. A product classified as star. High market share, high industry growth, right? We all know that. Requires massive funding to maintain its position. Now, over time, as the product achieves market saturation, the growth rate of the entire industry segment begins to slow down significantly. The company successfully maintained its high market share despite the slowdown. Now, according to the BCG matrix, what quadrant is the product most likely to transition into after the industry growth rate slows? Today, it has a high market share, high industry growth. Tomorrow, the market share will sustain, but the industry growth will slow down. What will this product transition into? Will it become a dog, a question mark? Will it remain a star, or will it become a cash cow? Kavya says it will become a cash cow. What about others? What do you guys think? What will this product become? Very nice. Second vote for option D, which is cash cow. The correct answer, my friends, is cash cow. The correct answer is cash cow. Market share remains high, but the industry growth goes down. It becomes a cash cow. पैसा आता रहेगा. It will keep giving you money, but there won't be a massive growth anymore. Okay? It will become a cash cow. The star will slowly transition into becoming a cash cow product. Awesome. Question number two. A pharmaceutical company, Pharmagen, produces highly specialized life saving drugs protected by multiple patents. Now, the drugs treat extremely rare genetic disorders, catering to a very small global patient population. Okay, the company invests heavily in proprietary R&D to offer unique therapeutic benefits and charges a great premium. बहुत महंगा product देती है for its exclusive products. Now, which of the Michael Porter's generic strategies is Pharmagen primarily pursuing? Very simple, straightforward, on the face of it. Answer है. Which generic strategy from Michael Porter is Pharmagen pursuing? Is it cost leadership? Is it differentiation? Is it focused cost leadership? Or is it focused differentiation? Okay, are we really saying focused cost leadership? Kavya, do you want to like rethink? Bushra says focused differentiation. Kavya says focused cost leadership. Kavya, do you want to rethink or you're confident? If you're confident, stay with your vote. If you're confident, stay with your vote. Okay, Akam says focused cost leadership. People who are saying focused cost leadership means where you bring down your cost and you pass on the benefit to the customer. But यहाँ पे तो company is investing heavily, right? The company is investing heavily in R&D. पैसा खर्च कर रही है. They're not saving money. They're not trying to reduce the cost. They're trying to invest more. They're trying to spend more and thereby they charge also more. So the correct answer becomes focused differentiation, my friend. They're not cutting costs. They're not reducing costs. They're investing heavily and charging a premium. Focused differentiation. कोई बात नहीं. Practice चल रही है. It's better to be wrong here than to go there in the exam, be wrong, and then give another attempt. आज गलत होना, today being wrong is so much more beneficial because now you understand this much better. Now your brain comprehends this much better. So good. Question number three, my friends. The board of directors of a diversified conglomerate is meeting to discuss which of its six business units should receive the largest capital budget for the next 5 years, whether a non-performing unit should be divested, and if the overall dividend policy for the entire group, what should be that dividend policy. Okay. Now, these critical decisions regarding the long-term overall scope, the resource allocation, blah, 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 of the entire organization, which strategic level does that? Functional, corporate, business, operational. Which level of the organization? Simple question. ये तो this is like a gift of God questions. यार ये question आ गया तो पक्का सबका ठीक होगा. करके आगे चलें. Which level of the organization, my friends, is involved? Only one person can answer this. How? Itna simple question. Where are my other friends gone? Abhishek, Bushra, Kavya, Akam is already answered. What about the others? Already sleepy? It's already 7:30, my friends. अब तो उठने का time हो गया है. It's already time to be wide awake. Sunday morning. It's very cold for me here in northern part. I don't know. It's going to be pleasant for people in the south, people in north and east, maybe bit chilly, but corporate level. Correct answer is corporate level. Abhishek, the correct answer, my friend, is corporate level. Corporate level decides all the overall business strategy. All these big, long term decisions are taken by corporate level. Business level, business level does the allocation of tasks to the functional manager. Functional level actually does the job. ये सब decisions, the long term overall scoping, resource allocation, these are keywords from the study material. Study material में जाके पढ़ोगे ना, जब corporate level की बात हो रही है तो वहां पे ये सारे words use हुए हैं, like long term, overall scope, resource allocation, all of this is there in your study material. ठीक है जी, पढ़ो, पढ़ो, पास हो and get ahead. Okay. A manufacturing company's success is rooted in its proven ability to consistently adhere to an ISO quality standard. ISO mark आता है ना, नमक पे होता है, खाने पे होता है, products पे होता है, everything possible has an ISO mark. The quality standard. It deliver products with zero defects and effectively manage its global supply chain. Now, this inherent capability is a result of years of rigorous standardized product schedules, the quality audits, and logistic processes. Now, oh, which S in the McKinsey 7S framework best reflects these established, recurring daily activities and formal procedures? Very nice. फटाफट से आंसर्स आ रहे हैं. वेरी नाइस. बुशरा ऑप्शन सी, काव्या ऑप्शन सी, अभिषेक ऑप्शन सी, अक्कम ऑप्शन सी. My friends, you are very right. The correct answer is option C, systems. Wonderful. A technology company is reviewing its internal and external environment. It identifies its current ability to manufacture products at a per unit cost 15% lower than the industry average, primarily due to proprietary automated production technology it has. Okay. Now, this internal factor, which provides a significant competitive advantage, is classified as what is it? An opportunity, a strength, a threat, or a weakness. सब लोग कह रहे हैं भाई ये तो ताकत है. It's a strength. It's the strength of the company. Very nice, my friends. It is the strength. It is the strength. Let's get a little tougher in our level. A simple question, very simple, straightforward. Let's get into a little technical, little thinking question. Okay. Kavya, it's strength. It's not an opportunity because they already have that technology, my friend. Okay. So it's a strength. An industry is characterized by low customer switching cost, high standardized products, and many small fragmented competitors. Chalo, before we get into the question, can you name one industry which has all of this? Sorry. Can you name one industries? Can you name one industry which has all of this? Low customer switching cost, high standardized products, and many small fragmented competitors. ITC, अरे कंपनी का नाम नहीं, मुझे इंडस्ट्री बताओ दोस्त. Maybe give me a product or an industry which has all of this. ऐसा कौन सा प्रोडक्ट है या ऐसा कौन सी इंडस्ट्री है जहां पे you have low customer switching costs, where you have high standardized products and many small fragmented competitors. Think about one product or one industry where this happens. Mobile network, दो ही लोग हैं. There are not many fragmented competitors. मोबाइल नेटवर्क या तो जियो है या एयरटेल है. Ideally, either you can have Jio or you can have Airtel. There are not many fragmented competitors. I don't think so. It's mobile network. Think more. Think more. It will come to you. Think, think. Biscuits. Very nice. Okay. Good. That's a good example. No, there is very low switching cost. If I move from a Parle G to a Marigold, if I move to a bakery, pista butter cookies, or I move to a Nutri Choice or a Ragi biscuit, I can. It will not take me so much of effort to switch to a new product, a newer version of the same product. They're highly standardized, absolutely, राइट. एंड मैनी स्मॉल कंपेटिटर्स, कोई सनफीस्ट का आ रहा है, कभी ब्रिटानिया आ रहा है, कभी किसी का कोई कुकीज. लोकल बेकरी में भी मिल रहे हैं, ब्रांडेड भी मिल रहे हैं, अनब्रांडेड भी मिल रहे हैं. सो इट्स क्रेजी मार्केट, राइट. बिस्किट्स आर अ गुड एग्जांपल. What more? I'll also give an example. Let me give soaps. I think bathing soap, नहाने का साबुन. Bathing soap, low customer switching cost. If you switch from a Medimix to a Dove, you move from a Dove to I don't know, a Santur, from a Santur to a Piers, from a Piers to a Margot, from a Margot to Mysore sandalwood soap. You can, but the products are highly standardized. एक ही type की shape, the same usage, the same almost packaging. A cardboard box will have one soap dish, only one dish in one box. Very standardized way of doing things, and many small fragmented shampoos, right? Most of the FMCG products, absolutely. Now back to the question. Now, this structure allows buyers to easily play one vendor against another to drive down prices. Kalko, if let's say there is a social media movement, they say, okay, ban X product. You stop buying X product, it's harmful to your hair or it's harmful to your eyes. XYZ, it's very harmful to your skin. Don't use this product on your face. It's bad, it's bad. ऐसे एक propaganda आ गया. The buyers can easily play one vendor to put against the another one and then bring down prices. They can. Now, which Porter's 5? Okay, Akam has already said, yeah, up question. You stop reading the question. I've already given the answer. Okay, Akam, thank you. Which of Porter's 5 forces is primarily described by these characteristics? Threat of new entrants, bargaining power of the suppliers, bargaining power of the buyer, or rivalry amongst existing competitors. What? Bargaining power of the buyer. Very, very nice. Bargaining power of the buyer. Okay, very nice. Okay, quick question for you guys. You guys decide how you want this class to be. You guys are active, you guys are answering. Do you want to continue question and answer for another 15-20 minutes? Or we go and revise from our study material and Saransh and come back and do question and answer again? Do you want to continue the flow of question and answer and then we go to the revision piece of chapter 1 and 2? Or you want to first do a quick revision of chapter 1 and 2 and then come back and do questions? First vote is for continue the question and answer. What about others? The majority votes win, obviously. One vote for continue Q&A. Second vote for quick revision, then come back to Q&A. Okay, 1-1. We're going 1-1. Abhishek says revision of chapter 1 and 2, and then we come back. So last vote will decide. So it's 2:1. Okay. Kavya says revision first. Okay. So come hold on to that. Okay, hold on to that. The majority says we go and we do a quick revision of chapter 1 and 2, and then we come back to our question and answer. Awesome. So let me do that. Open up the chapter and then we do that. Okay. Let me open up chapter 1. I want to do this from study material because that's where I also want to tell you how to read once you're revising again. Okay, quick one. How many of you have already seen Saransh? While I open that book, I really want to understand how many of you have really read or seen or even know about Saransh. Okay, good. Let's go back. Okay, so yes, you've seen Saransh, you know about it. Okay, very nice. Only know that it's a summary book. No problem, Abhishek. I'll show you how Saransh looks and you will really, really like it. I'm pretty sure. Okay, I'm very, very sure you would like it. Okay, let's first go to our chapter 1 and chapter 2. Okay, here we go. Very nice. Okay, let me share my screen now and we read that together. Okay, first I'll go through the study material. Okay, and then let me know if you guys can see the study material. Okay, visible, awesome. Introduction to strategic management. Okay, how to read a study material, how to revise from a study material. Let me tell you that very quickly. Okay, now you would mostly be bogged down by this so many pages. How do I go? What should I do? In revision, my friends, please hear me very carefully. Whenever you're revising, ठीक है, सबसे पहले always in revision, not when you're studying, but when you're revising, सबसे पहले go to the Q&A. सबसे पहले go to that page in Q&A and just read the summary. Okay, there is a summary of the chapter when you're revising, not when you're preparing. If you're preparing, then you start ऊपर से. When you're revising, ठीक है, this is LVRC, this is revision class, so हम revision की बात करते हैं. Study the summary to quickly glance. इस chapter में ये है. Okay, we are talking about corporate level, we are talking about intro, blah 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 blah. Okay, then start solving questions altogether. Question solve karo. What this will give you is, let's say out of 10 questions, you get 8 right. Your confidence is 80% already. पढ़ने में मजा आएगा. You will not be bored. You're 80% you have to boost yourself. खुद को motivate कैसे करोगे? You have to motivate yourself. You motivate yourself by solving questions, getting them right. If you're getting them right, you're already motivated to quickly complete this chapter. I know this chapter. Let me go through it very quickly. Your brain motivates you. You will start revising. ऊपर से पढ़ना, you'll be bored. I can tell you it's a theory subject. You will be bored. How do you remove that boredom is make a game around it. Okay, start solving questions, get it right, you feel good about it, go back and revise. Question for you again: how many of you have solved these questions at the back of the chapters? Have you seen, solved, tried these questions already? Try किया है? Very good. Solve किया है. Very nice. Bushra, Akam, very nice. You're very happy. You guys are doing awesome. Very, very happy after completing the chapter. Very nice. Okay, this is again a revision class, so I have the liberty to ask you a question. Okay. If I have to ask you, okay, first, how many of you are comfortable to unmute and speak? If I asked you a question like a descriptive question, are you comfortable if to unmute and answer? Just want to check so that I can set the mode of the class. If I ask you a question and I ask you to like describe an answer, how would you write that answer? Would you be okay to unmute and share? How would you write that answer? You should be. I am just being decent asking, but ideally you should be comfortable doing that. It's your revision class. I can either ask you, you tell me this answer. But again, are you guys comfortable with that? Quick yes, no. Okay, everybody. Noise is okay, Kavya. But you can still, we are okay with the noise. But if you want to practice, you want to prepare, just ignore the noise. We'll also ignore the noise. So that's okay. Awesome. You try your best to answer. Awesome. Okay. Let me then start with Bushra. You're very and good that you're confident to answer. Bushra, let me ask you a question. Okay. Let's go ahead and solve a question together here. Okay. Let me go to a descriptive question for you. And from the study material itself, let's see. I just want to see how well prepared we are. Plus, we also discuss where things are going right, awesome, or where we can improve. Okay. So here we go. Let me ask you a question from the study material itself. One is this favorite question, which most likely comes every time. I'm not saying guaranteed jayega, but something around this mostly comes. Okay. So Bushra, question to you is strategy is partly proactive and partly reactive. Discuss. And this is a 5 mark question. Okay. Let's say this is a 5 mark question. The question is strategy is partly proactive and partly reactive. Discuss. I'll ask you to unmute yourself and share how would you write your answer? How would you put things in a format? And what would be your answer for this question?
Okay, good morning, sir.
Hi, Bushra. Yes, please go ahead.
First of all, I would like to start the answer by the quote, which is strategy is partly proactive and partly reactive. So, proactive strategy is a planned strategy, whereas reactive strategy is a strategy where the organization reacts to the adaptive environment and change their strategies,
Hmm?
implement the changes in their strategies. So, where they're adaptive to the reactions, adaptive reactions to the changing circumstances in a dynamic environment. So, not every strategic move is a result of proactive planning, but this can happen where there is a change in environment, change in circumstances, which cannot be fully anticipated or predicted or planned for. So, where there comes a reactive strategy.
Okay, wonderful. I really like the vocabulary you're using, Bushra. So congratulations. It's very, very well. I like the way you're presenting it. But if you can help me, how would you put your 5 mark question in a format? So I know you have a lot of thoughts. You can write well, is what I can gather. But how would you format your answer? Okay, because the question is only one line. Strategy is
Yes.
partly proactive, partly reactive. Discuss. They've just opened it, right? So how would you put your answer in a format? What do you think? How would you write it?
Yeah, I guess the 3 to 4 lines should be about the proactive part, and the other 3 to 4 lines should be about the reactive part. for a
Okay.
5 mark answer.
Okay.
Maybe like 10 or 15 lines.
Awesome. How about if you add an example as well? So what do you think?
Yeah, it will be a
Right?
yeah, it will be a better option. Adding
Absolutely.
an example would add a more 5 mark, guaranteed 5 mark.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's what we're trying to discuss. Okay. Awesome. Very happy. Very, very, very proud of you, sir. Very well articulated. Good.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Awesome. Okay. Let's see. Kavya, you want to try a question? We are okay with the noise. Okay. Honestly, it's okay. I also have a lot of noise around me. That's okay. Question number two. Kavya, do you want to try? I'll ask you to unmute. Are there any limitations attached to strategic management in organization? Discuss. Again, 5 marker.
Good morning, sir.
Hi, Kavya. Yes, please.
Luckily, I have no noise now, sir.
Awesome.
Um, so limitations attached to strategic management in organization. Um, there will be an environment will be very complex,
Mm-hmm.
and there will be a time-consuming process. Then it's very a costly process.
Mm-hmm.
Then it will be many competitions will have.
The reaction of the competition, essentially, right?
Yes, sir.
We don't know how the competition would react. That's the 4 point. Okay, awesome. Okay, Kavya, you have the concept right, you have the bullet points right. How would you just define? You don't have to speak the answer. Tell me, how would you write this answer? Like we were just talking to Bushra, how would you frame this answer for yourself?
So
How do you
like
think you will get 5 out of 5? The aim is to get 5 out of 5 of the examiner. How would you write it?
like explaining what is the limitations, what is mean by high complex trouble.
Okay, but let's say, okay, can we? Okay, let me help you with this. What if I start my answer by explaining that strategic management as a process has both positives and negatives? And I also write the positives outshine the negatives, but the negatives or the limitations are still relevant to a lot of businesses. And then I give 4 pointers. Does that look nice as a first liner?
Yes.
Right? Adds a lot of
Yes.
weightage. So when you know it, it's not something new I'm telling. You already know it. You all of you know it. I'm just trying to give you that bite here that maybe just adding one line part from the concept, from the material itself, really puts a lot of weight in your answer. Okay. Now, the examiner, think about this, has so many sheets reading through the answer, and somebody brings this articulation very nice that, hey, somebody knows the concept very well. It adds a lot of weightage. It adds a lot of thing that, okay, mostly the answer would be right. Let me just skip. Okay. You have to play with that. You have to play with that while giving the right answer. It's not like you give a fantastic one liner and then you give the answer wrong. Because your answer is right, try to frame it. Put these 4 things in a bullet, conclude again with the same thing. These limitations are majorly faced by small and medium enterprises, which can be overcome by the positives of strategic management. Again, you conclude it and you end your answer. You get your 5 marks. Next question. Correct? Which your concept is correct. You have the bullet points ready. Does that help, Kavya?
Yes. Sorry, I didn't get it.
Right? You got it?
Yes, sir. I didn't get your question, sir.
My question was, you understand how to frame that answer, right? Because you have the concept. It's just about putting things in a flow of the answer.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Intro, bullet, conclusion. That's how you write 5 markers, right?
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you, Kavya. All right. Anybody else wants to try? Akam, you want to try? Abhishek, you want to try? You know why I'm doing this? It gives you confidence that you can write your answers. MCQs, you can do. I know it. MCQs, you can do it. This is where the game changes in strategic management. Descriptive questions, these are a nightmare for a lot of students. I'll be honest with you. This is a nightmare. Okay. But MCQs are where people really like. Why can't the exam can be MCQ? It's very quick. Descriptive is where we check your concepts. So you practice more, you try to write, you try to frame your answers in your mind. That's gonna help you in descriptive for sure. Okay, great. Let's do some revision from chapter number 1 now. Okay, here we go. Chapter 1 is very interesting in terms of it's called introduction, but it gives you some nice concepts to understand about strategic management. First and foremost, in a lot of interviews, maybe uh, the question asked is, what is strategic management? You know so much about it, but you can't comprehend, you cannot define what is strategic management. So strategic management hota kya hai, right? What is strategic management? So first, the chapter talks about what is management, the key people who take decisions, and then they talk about the concept of strategy. So then they combine strategic management. Okay. And what is strategy is all processes, everything you have to do across the organization, building into a common web, thinking about it, doing things that are right for the business is strategy. As simple as that. That is strategy. Okay. So what is strategic management? What is strategic management is this: testing, making plans, executing, implementing, checking, controlling, and coming back. That is strategic management. Okay. You plan something, you formulate something, you implement it, you execute it. It works, it doesn't work, you check the results. If it works, awesome, continue doing it. If it doesn't work, come back, plan again, formulate again, execute again, check again. Keep doing that. Strategic management. Keep doing that. Okay, that is strategic management. Simple. The importance of strategic management, again, very helpful, gives direction to the company, right? There's a chart that helps you, gives direction, defines goals, helps being proactive instead of reactive. One I can give you from experience, most of the people, most of the people face challenge when a question comes and says, hey, strategic management serves as a corporate defense mechanism against mistakes and pitfalls. Explain. Anybody who wants to try, you can type your answer. If you're comfortable, you can ask me to unmute. I can unmute. You can share. Practice. This is revision class, my friend. ये question आता है, बहुत आता है. I've seen most of the people are stuck here. It serves as a corporate defense mechanism against mistakes and pitfalls. What does this mean? What does this mean? Who will help me understand this? Who will help me to understand this? Anybody who wants to try? Otherwise, I'll anyway answer. Okay, Abhishek says if strategy is failed, just draw back and evaluate it again. Very nice. Serves as a corporate defense mechanism against mistakes and pitfalls because, like I told you, formulate, implement, evaluate, come back. Formulate, implement, evaluate, come back. In this process, you're learning from your mistakes. You are seeing what to do, what not to do. What to do is clear. What not to do is where strategic management becomes even more important. This thing means it tells you what not to do. Simple. There will be a friend which will tell you, do this, do that. MBA कर ले, CA कर ले, go to this tuition, go to that tuition, take it for free from CA. From the CA institute. It's great. People will be there to guide you so many things, what to do. Very few people will come and tell you, do whatever you think is right, suits you, but don't do this. Okay? Everything else is fine. Just don't do this. That friend who tells you to try, go out, experiment, just don't do this. This is that point. It serves as a corporate defense mechanism against mistakes and pitfalls. It tells you what not to do because you're learning from your mistakes, from the cycle, from the process of strategic management of formulating, implementing, evaluating, coming back. Formulating, implementing, evaluating, coming back. यहाँ से आप सीख रहे हो कि क्या नहीं करना है. And that is what it means, that it serves as a corporate defense mechanism against mistakes and pitfalls. What not to do. Okay, great. Importance aa gayi, so then we also have limitations. Like our friend was just telling us, complex, turbulent environment. Nobody knows. I am a brand. I am a big brand working towards sugar-free nutrition bars. ठीक है जी. I am working towards sugar-free nutrition bars and I am putting oats in my nutrition bar. Fantastic. Trending hai. Hot selling hai. I'm selling a 40 rupee protein bar made out of oats, no sugar. I think it's going to be a bang on product. Sub strategy laga li. Sab kuch kar liya. Every strategic management process I've done. There comes a study from Finland that oats are not good for skin. एक स्टडी है, रैंडम स्टडी फ्रॉम द एनवायरनमेंट, उड़ते उड़ते सोशल मीडिया पे वायरल हो गई. द इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ फिनलैंड, आई एम जस्ट मेकिंग दैट नेम अप, ओके, जस्ट सेइंग फॉर एग्जांपल, फॉर अंडरस्टैंडिंग. It's not good for your skin. You should stop eating oats. Social media viral. Influencers saying, oh, we never knew this, we were doing wrong things. Ban oats. Stop eating oats. Your entire business was made on the concept, I will sell oats nutrition bar. क्या करोगे दोस्त? क्या करोगे? That's why strategic management's limitation is the environment is complex and turbulent. That's a drawback. Things change overnight. Very difficult to understand, gauge. You have to be lucky to flow through that environment. That's a drawback. Or that's a limitation. Not a drawback, but a limitation. Number two, time consuming process. You spend days, you spend weeks, you spend months planning for things, working on things, evaluating things, implementing things. Itna time, sometimes you don't have so much time. Sometimes you don't have so much time. As a business with changing world, with speed, 10 minutes delivery, people are getting laptops, people are getting motorbikes in 10 minutes. I don't know, have you seen that or not? I think Zepto or Instamart, or I don't know. Some companies giving you motorbike in 10 minutes delivery. I'm like, it takes me 10 minutes to just change my clothes. And I'm getting a bike at home in 10 minutes. So that's how the speed is today. And you cannot just sit back and think, this is good business idea, I'll do that, and this will happen. What if I do this? What if I do that? You don't have time. The business is fast. People want quick returns. People are also watching reels, right? उनका भी attention span छोटा हो गया. Number three, costly process. What time consuming? You spend time. Time is money, and it's a costly process. If your brain is occupied in just planning, thinking, evaluating things, it's going to be a costly process, my friend. You will have so many experts being called in. You will go out, study, travel, see this, see that, do that. It's worth it. Not saying it's not worth it. It's worth it, but it's very costly. Okay. Number four, difficult to estimate competitors' response. आप तो बहुत अच्छा कर रहे हो. You're doing a fantastic job. But the competitor is even smarter. What will you do? अभी मैं क्या कर सकता हूँ? My competitor is smarter than me. What can I do? Airtel, Jio, classic examples. Airtel says We are the best at services. 0% customer complaints is our target. हमारा target है 0% customer complaints. Geo says बहुत अच्छे, शाबाश, very good. My answer is cheaper internet plans. Though they are not cheaper anymore, same price है दोनों का. I'm just talking about, let's say, 2-3 years back. जिसे से ठीक है, वेरी गुड, आप अपना कस्टमर कंप्लेंट रखो. Competitors' response to Airtel's zero customer complaint campaign was, ठीक है, we are cheaper than you. Indians like to buy things cheap. Indians, as of today, are not rushing for quality. You and me, as an Indian consumer, we rarely value quality. We rarely value quality. We just look at the price and take a decision to buy or not to buy. We do not care about quality. Let's be honest. That's what your competitor is playing on. Okay. You might say, I will give you the best quality services. Let me give you an example of chartered accountants also. Happens in the industry, right? It's not a hidden secret. One chartered accountant sitting in a flashy office on the 22nd floor in a corporate park says that, hi, I fill an ITR and I charge about, let's say, 5,000 rupees to fill a basic income tax return. I charge 5,000 rupees. Why? Because I will look into every aspect. I will just not look about at your ITR of today. I will look at the last 3 years, what has been done right or not. And I'll also give you consultancy on how you should manage your money well, because what I read from your data or from your income statements is you're not very well managed. You should plan things very nicely. I'll give you that. But I charge 5,000 because I give you that consultancy or knowledge. Other person says, not sitting in a flashy office, sitting in a basic, decent place, and says, oh, I'll just charge 1,000 rupees for an idea. You give me your data, I'll file it, you'll get a refund in 1 month. I'll get you a refund. I charge 1,000 rupees. You see, most of the people will go to 1,000 rupees. Why? Because they say 5,000 for consultancy for managing my money. I know my money. Don't teach me. I don't want quality or flashy office. None of my business. I will just get 1,000 rupee job done, right? That's what is happening. But in the long term, the quality matters. Sooner or later, we realize that. You also realize that. Whenever you have bought one quality product, think about it. In your life, there will be one thing that you thought that, let me just go and buy a quality product and not look at the price. That product is still with you because it's long lasting quality, and the product you bought for a cheaper price because you thought it was cheaper, it has already gone or been at a discard level. That will happen. Okay, that's what, it's difficult to estimate competitors response. That's why strategic management has a limitation. You can't get into their minds कि competitors सोच के क्या strategy लगाएगा. So that's a limitation. Okay, if strategy gets failed, okay, draw back and evaluate it again. Absolutely, Abhishek. That's what we have to do. Very important topic in chapter 1: vision, mission, goals, objectives, and values. Bapre. Lot of people confuse between vision and a mission. Okay. Let me ask you very quickly. I want to be a NASA scientist. Vision है या mission है? I want to be a NASA scientist. Vision or mission? Let's say, let's be Indian. I want to be an ISRO scientist. Why NASA? I want to be an ISRO scientist. Vision or mission? What is it? Okay, Kavya says it's a vision. Abhishek says it's a vision. What else? What do others think? Vision or a mission? Vision. It's my vision. Okay. I want to get into IIT, into aeronautical engineering. I want to do aeronautical engineering from IIT Delhi so that I can apply to ISRO to be a scientist there. This is my mission or my vision. So getting into IIT, into aeronautical engineering is my mission or my vision. It becomes my mission. You get the difference? Difference समझ आया vision और mission का? That's the difference between a vision and a mission. Okay? What are values? What are values, my friend? Values are one. Okay? Let me give you this. I got 99.8%. Listen to me very carefully, okay? I got 99.8% marks in my entrance, and I did not get into IIT Delhi. But I'm getting into another IIT. I'm getting into IIT Banaras. Let's say IIT Varanasi. I'm getting into IIT Varanasi, but I'm not getting IIT Delhi because of my percentage. Okay, very minute difference, but that's how it is. Somebody comes to me and says, "Hey, I can get you into IIT Delhi, but I will charge some money." Okay, I don't know. Fake person comes, right? You get a prank call or a fake call or whatever. They say, "I can get you into." Your mission was to get into IIT Delhi, my friend. You are not getting into it because of zero point 0.1 percentage point. Somebody calls you and says, "Hey, I can get you in IIT Delhi, but it's gonna charge. It's gonna cost." But you're still getting IIT Banaras. You saying no to that person that, "Hey, I know that's fake. I know that's not the right way to do things. I know that's wrong. That's my value." Staying on my mission in the wrong way is not acceptable. Staying true to your mission and vision in the rightful ways is what takes you on a longer journey. शॉर्ट टर्म बेनिफिट मिल जाएगा, लॉन्ग टर्म में कोई बेनिफिट नहीं मिलेगा. सबको पता होता है कौन कैसे क्या करके आया है, राइट? पीपल विल फिगर आउट. People will figure out. If not today, tomorrow. If not tomorrow, day after tomorrow. So being ethical, being true to your values while being on your mission and being clear of your vision is what strategic management involves. Is this clear, my friend? Is this clear? Give me a yes, no, any emoji of your choice in the chat so that I know you guys haven't slept and you're still listening to this. Okay, yes. Thank you, Abhishek. What about others? Already sleepy? Akam, Kavya, Bushra already sleepy. Okay, we know chapter 1. Don't bore us. Okay, values, mission, vision, the classic diagram of components of strategic intent on your screen, right? We talked about vision, we talked about mission. You can study about the companies and their vision and mission statements here. Wonderful. Okay, the market oriented answers you get when you talk about what business you are in. Again, great table to study. So Abhishek, you see study material. This is the study material. Abhi aapko I'll show you saransh also. Okay, now here we go. Objectives. Objectives क्या होते हैं भाई? Objectives are small tasks that you should complete to achieve your mission or vision. The characteristics of objectives, very commonly asked question in CA examination under strategic management. Okay, the characteristics of objectives on your screen, my friend. On your screen, they should be time specific, they should be concrete, they should provide strategic decision making support, they should provide a standard for performance appraisal. Okay, they should define organization's relationship with its environment. They should be challenging, they should be measurable and controllable. Different objectives should correlate with each other, and objectives should be set within the constraints of organizational resources and external environment. Very, very important. चैलेंजिंग होना चाहिए, टाइम बाउंड होना चाहिए, measurable होना चाहिए, controllable होना चाहिए, right? They should be set within the constraints of organizational resources. They should be set within the organizational resource and external environment, my friend. ठीक है जी? Yes, absolutely. And that's an objective. It should be measurable. It should be controllable. And then you have long-term objectives, right? To achieve long-term prosperity, profitability, productivity, like competitive position, employee relation, employee development, your technological leadership, your public responsibility. All these are long-term objectives of a company, that I have to be profitable, I have to retain my employees, I have to develop my employees, I have to be productive, I have to have technological advancement, I have to invest in technology and innovation in my people. That has to happen. There is no brainer. I have to invest in all these things in the long term, and that is long term prosperity. Okay, there is long term prosperity and long-term objectives. Values, we just talked about. Every company should have a value. They should make their policies, their vision, their mission based on their values. Strategic level, सबको पता है, corporate, business, functional. We also did a question on this, so I'll not touch upon this, but you know it. Okay, but you know it. The three different levels: corporate, business, functional. Corporate sets the direction. Business allocates that work within functional teams. Functional teams actually do the job. That's corporate, business, and functional. Network of relationship between the three levels. Okay. Now, functional and divisional relationship, horizontal and matrix. This is interesting. What it tells is, okay, the classic question from this topic, the classic question from relationship between the three levels, simple hai. Should The question is, just give me a yes or no in the chat. Okay. Even if you are sleepy, still give me an answer. Still give me an answer on the chat. The question is, should the corporate level manager listen to the functional level manager while making a strategy? Give me a yes or a no. Should a corporate level manager consult a functional level manager while making a policy or while framing the strategy? Yes or no? Okay, Bushra says yes. Abhishek says yes. Kavya says yes. My second question is why? Kyun sune? He or she is the head of decision making. They are the heads of the corporate level. Why should they go and listen to somebody who is at functional level? क्या करूंगा मैं उनसे बात करके? Why are they important in strategy formulation? Why are they important? They are important in strategy execution for sure. क्योंकि execute उन्होंने करना है. But why are they important in strategy formulation, my friend? क्यों करूं मैं उनसे बात? मैं खुद decision ले लूंगा. I'm capable enough. I am smart enough. I know the business well. I talk to investors. I have millions of dollars. Why should I consult a functional level manager? आती है ना ऐसी feeling corporate level पे. But all of you saying yes, they should consult. The question is why? क्यों? ऐसी क्या जरूरत पड़ गई? Because they implement at the ground level. So what? Akam, you're reaching the answer. I know you're reaching the answer. I want the keyword. They implement at the ground level, yes. But what happens when they implement at the ground level? They are going to implement the strategy in real scenario. ठीक है. ठीक है, वो तो ठीक है। ऐसे तो मोदी जी शुड टॉक टू एवरी शॉपकीपर बिफोर चेंजिंग जीएसटी बिकॉज ऑफ इम्प्लीमेंटेशन। इम्प्लीमेंट तो उन्होंने करना है, तो क्या सबसे जा जाके पूछे? So should the head of government go and ask every person who has to implement, like, sir, are you okay if I do this? Sir, will you be okay if if I do this? Do you think that should happen? You all of you said yes, and you're right, and you are right. But I want to know why. Why do you think that should happen? People who said yes, they help fulfill the strategic objective. They are close to the customer. Okay, I'm getting good answers. You're getting closer to the answer. Abhishek, you're almost there. Pusha says they help fulfill the strategic objective. Okay. They would anyway, even if I don't consult them. That's their job. The closest to the answer, Abhishek, you are, is they are closest to the they give you the insight of real business from the ground. A functional level person will give you the real business insight, and your strategies have to be made based on the market insight. Based on a market insight. Okay. Let me give you a classic example. Your mind will be like, boom, wow, this is crazy how things are happening. Okay. Listen to this. An ice cream brand an ice cream brand made a new product. Okay. Fantastic ice cream, very nice premium Indian flavored ice cream. एक अलग ही आइसक्रीम बनाई उन्होंने, and they called it, let's say, desi dhamaka. Okay. The ice cream was called desi dhamaka, and they distributed it across India through their vendors. ठीक है. They did a lot of marketing, because the marketing team and the corporate team sitting in Mumbai in an office at the 50th floor, on a whiteboard, on a presentation, they decided India needs desi dhamaka. It's gonna be a viral ice cream. Let's do this, and they did it, and did they distributed it across. First week of sales, banger. People loved the ice cream. The taste was fantastic. The packaging very premium. Week two, the sales dropped. Week three, sales dropped even further. By the end of the month, which is week four, the sales was only 20%. Why do you think so? What was happening? Let's guess. Let's guess what was happening. आपको क्या लगता है क्या हो रहा होगा? What do you think is would have been happening on the ground? That product तो अच्छा है, customer feedback is nice, but it's not selling. Within 4 weeks, it's tumbled down 80%. Sales are down 80%. Price? I don't think so. People liked it. Bhavya. People liked it. It was a banger product. People loved it. Price isn't a problem. Price problem होती तो लोग पहले ही ना खरीदते. Think about it. I'll spend 1 minute on this. I'll open your brains. Be creative. This is strategic management. This is a business session, my friend. This is a business session. What do you think is happening? Abhishek, Shriji, Bushra, Akam, what do you think? Kavya, what more do you think would have been happening? Why are sales down? Think about interesting things. What would have been happening? Also think about, I'm talking about this relationship, why they should talk to functional people as well. Let me help you. Let me help you. This product that they introduced had a lot of milk content. Okay? Because it was premium, it was creamy, it was not just ice. It was really milk based. It was a very heavy milk based ice cream. The vendors on the street, the cart, the ice cream cart wala person, the ice cream cart wala person did not have absolute temperature for that ice cream in their ice box. उस आइस बॉक्स में टेम्परेचर अच्छा होता था फॉर different types of ice cream like cups and cornettos and xyz, but for a milk based ice cream you wanted a temperature which was even lower than the standard minus 10%. तो जब कस्टमर खरीदने आता था तो वो कहता था गिव मी अ देसी धमाका. The vendor used to give a desi dhamaka, and that ice cream was almost melting, or very soft and gooey, and not very hard. So customer used to touch and say, "Oh no, this is give me a better piece. This is already melting." And the vendor was like, "This is all my pieces are melting, right?" You see, the operational challenge of your fantastic product, the operational challenge of your fantastic product can make or break it. The corporate level sitting in an air conditioned office can build great products. But if they don't talk to the functional people who will tell you the real problems, which will be the touch point of the customer, unless you talk to them, unless you sit down with them, unless you involve them at certain point, not if nobody's saying at the beginning, but when you're reaching execution planning, involve them. Listen from them what kind of challenges can come, solve it at the very beginning, and then go for success. That is why your answer of yes, they should be involved because you know they give insights, because they have more insights from the customer and the market, they will help you in formulating the right strategy. And that's why, yes, they should be involved at certain stage. Interesting, right? Interesting. Do you understand this, my friends? Yes or a no? If yes, give me a thumbs up. Okay, yes, I understand. Okay, good. Whatever you want to give in the chat so that I know you understand this. Clear? Awesome. Now, let me take you to Saransh. Let me introduce you to Saransh, which is available on the BOS Live app. Okay, guys, for revision only. Please quote, unquote, this booklet is for revision only. इसे पढ़ के जाओगे. Don't come back to us saying, I studied from Saransh, I still didn't score good marks. You will not. Good marks आएंगे study material से. This is for quick revision on the day you sit down before exams, you get some time, a week of last week of preparation, you're thinking, क्या concepts थे, क्या chapters थे, what we talked about, go to Saransh. A 68-page booklet only covers entire syllabus with questions, with some questions for your practice as well. Okay? It tells you how to study. It tells you how to study the key areas of focus, what are the memories, tips, and like a pestle, what is SWOT, what is SMART objective, what is VRIO, right? Which is Porter's 5 forces model. सब टॉपिक यहीं पे कट कट करके पॉइंटर्स दिए हुए हैं for your revision. Then you have chapter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Chapter wise आपका revision है. You see, you go to one, this is chapter number 1, introduction. It talks about what all things we will talk about. Strategic management, importance, limitation, corporate level के बारे में पढ़ते हैं strategic levels में. It talks about what is management, key people or a set of related products. Same concept of strategy. ANSOF क्या बोलते हैं, GLUE क्या बोलते हैं. Strategy is considered, right? It's constantly considered and flexible design scheme of corporate intent. Whatever study material के key points, whatever you should have underlined in study material is already in Saransh. राइट. पार्टली प्रोएक्टिव, पार्टली रिएक्टिव. क्वेश्चन आया था, ये रहा आपका 3 बुलेट आंसर. The question was partly reactive, partly proactive. How do you explain that? Three bullets on your screen. Company experiences, right? Proactive, reactive, abandoned strategy, blah, blah, blah. All of this here. Why you have to be adaptive, reactive. पूरा आंसर आपके यहाँ पे है दोस्त. All your talking points, all your writing points, all your exam points on your screen in a single page. That is the power of Saransh. Okay. Then strategic management क्या है? To create competitive advantage to guide the company through changes. The overall objective of strategic management are twofold. आंसर लिखना है तो ऐसे लिखना है, लिखा हुआ है. It's telling you how to write an answer. Process of developing blah blah blah. The overall objective of strategy management are twofold. This and this, right? Saransh. Importance. Graphical, same thing. The 7 points of your importance. The 4 points of limitation, right? Strategic intent, what is vision, what is intent, what is mission, what are values, right? The same table, vision, mission, and values. Okay, what is a vision? The essential strategic vision, what all four things required in a vision statement, right? Available in Saransh. You can download it from BOS Live app. It's on the page itself, on the front page itself. Okay, mission. What is mission? This is mission. Considered what all should be considered while writing a mission statement of a company. 4 points available. Okay. To establish special identity needs which business tries to satisfy. The good mission statement should be unique and it could be articulated across the company. Okay. Then, what are goals? What are objectives? What are the few characteristics of objectives also in your this small PDF? Then, what are the long-term objectives? Again, what we were just talking about right now from the study material available for your quick revision, right? 7 areas where long-term objectives are helpful for an organization. It's there in your graph. Okay. Values. What are values? Like I was giving you an example, the same thing. They can never be compromised either for convenience or short term economic gain. Not acceptable. You should not lose grip of your values. Strategic levels, corporate business functional, right? Strategic business units, as we use small touch point that happens in the chapter, but we read more about it in chapter 4, right? Then corporate SBUs and this, you have different levels, all of this mostly covered in chapter 4, touch point in chapter 1. Okay. Then you have the functional and divisional relationship, the horizontal relationship between different functions. Marketing talks to finance, finance talks to procurement, all of that. And then you have matrix structure, a grid like structure where everybody talks to everybody because communication is the key in organizations. You have to have relationships right, left, center, diagonal, हर तरीके से आपका relationship होना चाहिए, which is a communication flow, so that people are not working in silos, people are not working in isolation. कि procurement team procure करती जा रही है, finance को पता ही नहीं है कि cash flow ही नहीं है. They keep on ordering, पैसे ही नहीं है बैंक में. So you have to check with finance. If we have money to dispose, we can buy more. Finance says yes, you can buy more. Then you go and buy more, right? So how do you talk? That is horizontal relationship, the functional relationship, and also a matrix where everybody is talking to everybody. That's a matrix relationship. Okay, and that is chapter 1. And you see, you have question and answer here as well. You have question and answer. You have two questions to solve. In the pursuit to expand the family business to Dubai, Dharamveer Singh, the successor of renowned architect late Sri Lala Rampal Singh, faced a dilemma. Despite receiving positive feedback from various potential investors, a common trend emerged where the emphasis was primarily on swift construction, neglecting the importance of structural longevity. Dharam finds himself at a crossroad. What strategic approach could assist him in formulating a robust and coherent business roadmap that aligns with his vision for sustainable growth values? People are pushing him at it. Sasta maal laga do. Put in a cheap concrete, put in cheap bricks, and you don't have to put a lot of metal in the building. Just make it quick and sell and exit. जो रहने आएगा, people will come to stay, they will figure out themselves. You don't have to take so much pressure. Go and build your own business, right? That's what they're saying. But, but Dharamveer Singh has to stay true through his value systems on building the right product, on building things ethically, right? That is chapter number 1. Okay, it's 8:35 in my clock. Do you guys want to take a 10 minutes break? We come back, we do chapter number 2, and then we go and do our practice questions. You guys want to take a 10 minutes break? We come back and do chapter number 2, right? Can we do that? Awesome. Thanks, Abhishek, for a yes. Others, I'll assume your silence as yes, but I hope you guys need a 10 minutes break to absorb, and then we go into our chapter number 2, right? Okay, awesome. Guys, let's take a 10 minutes break. Get yourself something to drink, hot, warm, whatever. Let's meet at 8:45. Okay, let's meet at 8:45. Hey everyone, we are back. Everyone, I hope you can hear me. Hi. Yes, we're back. No, all good, all good. Thank you. All right, everyone. So let's get back to our Q&A. Okay. And then we go to our chapter 2 quick revision. Let me start with the second line of questions for you. And here we go. Okay. All set. The question is on your screen again. Again, this is going to be from the entire syllabus, not specifically from 1 and 2. So let's focus and start revising on that. Okay. Very nice. And I want each one of you to answer, please. I want each one of you to participate and answer. A technology company, a technology company has an unparalleled ability to rapidly miniaturize electronic components while maintaining high performance and reliability. A capability that allows it to consistently launch smaller and more functional devices than its competitors. Okay. This unique fundamental set of skills and knowledge is known as company's what? Interestingly, see, the statement is the same from the study material. It's just put in a different, interesting way. What is the right answer, my friends? What about others? I'll just take 10 seconds here, seconds here. What's the right answer? The right answer, my friends, is core competence. The right answer is core competence. Okay. Core competence is the right answer. Next question for you. A textbook publishing company currently sells its existing range of books primarily to universities in India. The company decides to expand its operations to start selling the same existing titles to universities and bookstores in Australia and Middle East. Okay. Which growth strategy from Ansof's matrix is the company pursuing? Product development, market penetration, or diversification? कौन सी growth strategy is being used from Ansof's matrix when the company is selling the existing range of books to Australia and Middle East? Is it market or okay, market development को lock किया जाए? Okay, that's what people are saying. Market development is the right answer, my friends. Awesome. Okay, a large publicly traded manufacturing firm has been experiencing a big decline, right? Continuous declining sales, mounting debt, operating losses for 3 consecutive years. 3 साल से पैसा डूब रहा है. The new CEO decides on a strategy that involves aggressive cost cutting, asset reduction, and improved operating efficiency, with the immediate goal of stopping the decline and stabilizing the finances. Now, this type of intensive recovery strategy is best described as what? The CEO decides on a strategy that involves aggressive cost cutting, asset reduction, improved operation efficiency, and immediate goal of stopping the decline and stabilizing finances. Is it liquidation, divestiture, concentration, or turn around? The correct answer, my dear friends, is turn around. It's a turnaround strategy. ये सारे keywords turnaround strategy के दिए हुए हैं. Turn around strategy. Okay, ji, let's go to the next one. A major car manufacturer historically reliant on external suppliers. Oh, careful. A major car manufacturer historically reliant on an external supplier for engine components decides to acquire a smaller company. Okay, interesting. Decides to acquire a smaller company that currently manufactures the high precision camshafts required for its engines. This strategic move is an example of which type of integration, my friend? Is it horizontal integration? Is it forward vertical integration? Is it backward vertical? Or is it concentric diversification? कौन सा है ये स्ट्रेटेजिक मैनेजमेंट का बताइए जरा. Okay, horizontal, backward vertical, backward vertical, backward vertical, backward vertical, backward vertical, एक आ रहा है horizontal. The correct answer is backward vertical diversification or integration. Okay, I'll take a pause here. Bushra, why do you think this is horizontal? It's okay to be wrong, first of all, okay? It's okay to be wrong. You're learning something. Do you want to share your thoughts why, what made you think that this could be horizontal? You want to type, you want to unmute yourself, please, whatever suits you, whatever is easier. You're okay with everything. Any specific uh, confusion that made you think that this is horizontal? You thought it's related to engines, so it should be horizontal, right? Okay. But the company is car manufacturer. Oh, sorry, did I just change the question? Right. Perfect. You clear now? You clear now, or you still think it should be horizontal? Not just because we are saying it. Do you really think it should be backward vertical? Don't just say yes because we all of us are saying it. If you get the concept, that's what is more important for us. Absolutely. It's kind of a raw material. The camshaft is a raw material, which earlier they were reliant on an external supplier. But now they bought a company which made that raw material. So they're going backward vertical and they're buying and saying, okay, I don't have to be dependent on this supplier. I'll make it myself. But instead of making it myself, I'm just buying a company which makes it. Either way, right? So it's backward vertical in. Okay, perfect. Let's go to the next question. A multinational corporation adopts a strategy where it offers a highly standardized product. Keyword, highly standardized product, and conducts most value chain activities like an R&D, manufacturing, XYZ in centralized locations to achieve significant global efficiency and economies of scale. Now, local responsiveness is intentionally kept very low. ठीक है जी? Which type of global strategy is the company employing? This is not a syllabus question. This is my question beyond syllabus for you. I just want to check how much we understand management as a whole or businesses as a whole. ये किसी syllabus से नहीं है. It's not from the syllabus. It's just for us to think beyond it. What do you think? But the concept is still there. Concept is still from the study material. The concept of value chain activities and highly standardized things kept central. Okay. What do you think is the right answer? Take a guess. Or if you think you can crack it, what do you think is the right answer? Okay. Abhishek says, I think it's multi-domestic. What else? What do others think? Okay, multi-domestic, D, A, okay. My friends, the correct answer is global strategy and the concept and the definitions, everything from the study material. ठीक है जी? I just tricked you into thinking कि this is all part of the study material, my friend. Okay, where? Where? You go to globalization topic. Global strategy का concept ही ये है. The concept of a global, why do companies go global? The concept we will study in study material is why do companies go global? And usme very clearly it's mentioned the local responsiveness is intentionally kept very low and the decision making is centralized. Okay. Indian company, Wipro hai. Chalo, I'll give you an example. Have you heard about Wipro? IT company, Wipro के बारे में सुना है? Anybody? Yes, no, in the chat. Have you heard about Wipro? Yes, we have heard about Wipro. Where is Wipro का office? The head office Wipro का कहाँ पे है? Yeah, Azim Premji, absolutely. Rishad Premji, Azim Premji. Where is Wipro का office? Head office कहाँ है? Wipro head office है Bangalore में. It's in Bangalore, okay? Now Wipro head office is in Bangalore, and 60 to 65% of Wipro's business comes from which country? कौन सी कंट्री से 60 to 65% बिजनेस आता है विप्रो का? डू यू नो? यूएस, यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स ऑफ अमेरिका से आता है. हेड ऑफिस बैंगलोर में क्यों है फिर? If my 60% of the revenue is in the US, my headquarters should be US. Why is my headquarter Indian? Because workforce ज़्यादा इंडिया में बैठी है. 80% of the employees sitting in Bangalore, 20% in sitting across, but the 60% business is coming from outside. That's a deliberate global strategy model. Costs को देखते हुए, the cost of people in Bangalore, even though the salaries are one of the highest across India, India में सबसे ज़्यादा salary today is paid in Bangalore. I can honest, I've experienced this. I've worked in different cities. I can tell you, you will get the highest salary in Bangalore. Same experience, same brand, same course, same individual. कुछ change नहीं, same resume submit करोगे, you will get a better salary in Bangalore. It's one of the highest salaries in India, but it's still almost 40% the cost of US. 40 to 50 max, half price है. The cost of living is also high. Obviously, that's why your salaries are higher, right? We say obviously. And that's a global strategy. It's part of the syllabus, my friend. Was just checking you, trick question. थोड़ा तो I'm allowed to trick you. Study. थोड़ा सा. I see again. With the kind of preparation that I can understand from your responses, you guys are 90% there, my friend. I am so happy. People who are responding here, all of you here, 90% preparation आप लोग की done है. You guys know the stuff. You guys are prepared. You know, the magic will happen in that 10% where the marks of this subject, which you can score so much more, you can score almost 95, 100% marks in this, right? Because there's no chance of going wrong. If it's right, it's right. It's wrong, it's wrong. स्टेप मार्क्स तो है ही नहीं इसमें. बैलेंस शीट तो मैच होनी नहीं है इसमें. द अमाउंट ऑफ नेट टैक्सेबल इनकम तो हमें निकालना नहीं है इसमें, राइट? It's not where your answer can be right or wrong in terms of numerics, but it can be just, it's there, वही होगा आंसर. You just have to find that out and you can score maximum marks here. It will cover up for other subjects. So that 10% का जो magic है वो होगा in your core revision now. We will touch upon these questions. Certain questions will help you. I hope that's why we have put so much effort to build these sessions so that you get to know कि हाँ यार ये वाला concept भी है जो हमने छोड़ा था but जिससे भी question आ सकता है. Okay, let's go to the next one. A large engineering firm manages highly complex, time-bound, cross-functional project. Okay, before I go to that question, Abhishek says matching a balance sheet and calculating NTI is easier than SM for me. I'm very happy to listen that. Abhishek. Really makes the subject even more interesting for me. Okay, you know why? Because this is real life. This is real life. ये हो रहा है. And this is where, if you think of starting your own thing in future, ये ज्यादा काम आने वाला है. Just saying, okay? Because it opens your mind to new ideas. Anyway, coming back to the question. A large engineering firm manages highly complex, time-bound, cross-functional projects like building dams or designing new fighter jets. To maximize coordination, project managers and functional managers share dual authority, keyword, dual authority over the technical staff assigned to each project. Which organizational structure are we talking about? Thanks, Abhishek. Kavya says matrix structure. Dual authority to उसी में आती है. The keyword is dual authority. So Kavya says, I'm prepared. The answer should be matrix structure. But let's see. But let us see. What do others think? Okay, Akam says functional structure. The correct answer is matrix. Dual authority keyword है ही matrix structure. The moment you read dual authority, it is matrix structure. आंख बंद के आंसर दे. Dual authority is a characteristic of matrix structure, my friend. Okay, so the correct answer here is matrix structure. Dual authority means दो बॉस होते हैं. दो बॉस होते हैं. एक functional boss होता है, एक divisional boss होता है. There will be a functional boss, there will be a divisional boss. So दो bosses को you report, two managers you report to, that's a matrix structure. And dual authority is a characteristic of matrix structure, my friend. Okay. Yes. A food processing company. Let's take this as the last question. The last question, and then we look at chapter number 2. A food processing company based its long-term strategy on the key assumption that the annual inflation rate for raw agriculture goods would remain below 5%. Midway through the year, a global crisis caused raw material inflation to spike to 12%. The management is now monitoring and re-evaluating the validity of this underlying assumption. Which specific type of strategic control is being performed here? Which type of strategic control is being performed. Okay, I've got an answer. It says special alert control. Okay, let's see. Kavya says special alert. Abhishek says special alert. What about others? What do others think about this control? Premise control. Why? Keyword miss कर दिया. You guys missed the keyword. The management is now monitoring and re-evaluating the validity of underlying assumption. Premise control is all about underlying assumptions. Premise control is all about evaluation of underlying assumptions. Okay. The management is now monitoring and re-evaluating the validity of this underlying assumption. Premise control. Premise control. Did you get it? Are we clear on this? Special alert control does not talk about the underlying assumptions and their re-evaluation. Premise control is the strategic control which helps in evaluating or re-evaluating the underlying assumption. Right, Abhishek? If you go back and read the strategic controls piece, right? Special alert control is not about underlying assumptions. Special alert control is one-time activity, one big event. Premise control is when your strategy is always based on assumptions. Ki this will we assume the market to grow 20%, so we will invest in this market. But 6 महीने बाद you see कोई investment ही नहीं चाहिए थी इसमें. People are not even accepting this market. So that's called a premise control. You keep evaluating. You keep evaluating your assumptions of your strategy. You evaluate again, you evaluate. You keep checking आज भी ये assumption हमारी valid है या नहीं. आज भी ये assumption हमारी valid है या नहीं. Okay. In a funny way, it's like whenever you're asked this question, right? Do you still like me? That's premise control. Every week you will get a question, right? Most of the people who are in relationships abhi will feel this. Every week somebody will ask you, or the other person will ask you, do you still like me? Do you like me? This is premise control. That is what is happening midway through the year. A global crisis caused the raw material inflation, but are our assumptions of annual growth rate 5% hogi, are they still valid? This is premise control. Midway through the year, global crisis, just like between two people, you had a fight. Midway you had a fight, and then you check, do you still like me? That's a premise control. The underlying assumption of the annual growth rate, annual likability meter, are you still likable even if we had a fight? That is premise control, my friend. That is premise control. Same is happening here. I had an assumption of an annual thing. Somewhere middle something happened. I'm reevaluating my assumption. Oh, my policy annual rate one time aya, but annualized is my assumption right or wrong? Okay, that's called premise control. Are we clear? Awesome. Okay, very nice. Now let's do something and go to our chapter 2. Okay, external environment, chapter number 2. Yes, Priyanshi, I see your note in the chat. Give me 1 second. Okay. You have some doubt once that I said mission is broader concept than the goal, but in module chart shown it's opposite. Where do you see that? Oh, we're doing top bottom in that chart. Are you talking about this chart? Let's see. This one? You're talking about this chart, right? Priyanshi? Awesome. Okay. Understand this. It's going upwards. It's going upwards. At the core of your heart, at the core inside of your heart, you have a strategic intent. Why do I want to do this business? Okay. Then you go a little broader and you see, okay, where do I want to take this business? Right? You open up more. How do I reach my vision? You open up more. You have small tasks to achieve something that's very close to your heart, which is your intent. And all of this you do while having a value system. You will not do bad things. You will not do wrong things. You will not take the wrong advices. You will not make money the wrong way. All of that is a broader value thing, but at the core of your heart, your intent, then you have a broader vision, then your mission, then your goals and objectives. It doesn't mean goals and objectives are broader. The graph just tells you it goes this way. It follows this way. It broadens this way, that you start from your intent, you then build a vision, then you build a vision, then you have goals, and then everything is around your objectives. It's a step. Look at it as a step rather than broader thing. Okay, look at it as a step. Okay, does that help? Okay, good. Very nice. That's why these classes are important, right? Chote chote doubts hai, which can become big. Good that you ask and get those clears right away. Okay, ji, external environment, something beyond the control of the business is called external environment. External environment is something which is beyond the control of the business. Okay. Now, when you evaluate the environment, you have an external analysis and you have an internal analysis. In external, you identify opportunities and threats. In internal, you identify your strengths and your weaknesses. SWOT analysis करते हो सबसे पहले. External में opportunities and threats you will figure out. Internal में you figure out your strengths and weaknesses. ठीक है जी? Now, issues to consider for strategic analysis, it evolves over a period of time. It keeps changing, keeps changing. Strength today becomes weakness tomorrow. Nokia, Motorola, जो 20 साल पहले strength थी, today they are weakness, right? Their innovation was their strength, but they just stuck to that innovation, became their weakness. So it changes over a period of time. Balance of external and internal factors you have to see. I have great marketing people. I have great marketing people, but my suppliers are zero quality. You have to balance internal and external factors. You see what I'm saying? I have marketing genius people in my company. They are genius marketers. But the supplier from whom I have to get the product made, they are just super lazy, super non-professional. It's a pain to get the work done from them. Balance नहीं होता, external factors, right? There will be other ways. The strategic analysis, not just external factor, but analysis करते हो, you'll figure out my strength and my opportunities are not matching, or my weaknesses and my strengths are again against each other. So all these are kinds of strategic analysis. One, my strength is is being overpowered by another weakness, which is my supplier. So analyzing all of this is strategic analysis. Okay. Risk, बहुत ही बढ़िया टॉपिक है. Short term, long term, internal, external. External short term risk is when you interpret the environment wrong. तो आप क्या करोगे, करेक्ट कर लोगे उसको. If you're interpreting, your assumption of the environment is wrong, it's an external short term risk. Okay. An external long term thing is changes in the environment lead to obsolescence of strategy. एनवायरनमेंट ही चेंज हो गया, लॉन्ग टर्म एक्सटर्नल रिस्क है. If your assumption about the environment was wrong, that's an external short term risk because you can still recover from it. Environment ही change हो गया, it's a long term external risk. अब पता नहीं जब favorable होगा, then we'll see. Whenever it becomes favorable back again, then we'll see. Internal short term risk is the organizational capacity is unable to cope up with demand. For example, have you guys heard about Labubu, that small stuffed toy? All of you are hanging on your bags and your I don't know, people are also hanging on their jeans and bags. You have heard about labubus and those soft toys. And what is happening there? The organization capacity is unable to cope up with the demand. The factories thought we'll make 1 lakh pieces and people will buy, not buy, not buy. It went viral and the demand was for 20 crore units, unable to meet demand. So local players, local manufacturing started making that, right? So the organizational capacity is unable to cope up with your strategic demand. That's called internal short-term risk. Short term में risk आ गया कि somebody else will now enter the market, but if you invest quickly more, build more, then you can still get the market, but somebody else, because the demand इतनी ज़्यादा है, तो competition बहुत तेजी से आएगा. That's an internal short term risk. Internal long term risk is inconsistency within your company or organization. CEO छोड़ के चले गए, sole proprietorship है, मान लेते हैं it's a company, it's a one man show or a one woman show, right? And this person gets a medical emergency and the person is hospitalized for 2 weeks. Business ही बंद हो जाएगा. The business will be impacted. That's an internal long term risk. If we are dependent on just one person for the business, and that person, human after all, can face anything, a personal problem, a medical problem, just doesn't feel like working anymore. बस हिमालय जाना है छोड़ छाड़ के हमें. What if they decide that? It's an internal long term risk, then कौन करेगा काम, right? So internal long term risks are inconsistencies with the strategy, with developments within your organization. Okay, that's internal long term risk. Okay, very nice. You know this strength, weakness, external, internal analysis. You have done that. Read, these are great examples. Okay, you will have size, growth, profitability. All these market analysis is all about this. Determinants of an analysis and internal is all your internal things, your internal capacity, internal financial performance. पैसे कितने हैं आपके पास? प्रोडक्ट कैसा है आपका? कस्टमर फीडबैक कैसा है आपका? इंटरनल एनालिसिस होता है. Okay, do you want me to explain external long-term risk? Okay, sir, absolutely. The environment changes altogether. Okay, let's talk about this. I'll explain that, Priyanshi, as well. Abhishek, first yours, then Priyanshi, I'll take your question as well. Abhishek, external long-term क्या होता है? External long-term is simple, my friend, which says the environment ही change हो गया है. Okay, what if the Indian government today says, hey, listen, the EV subsidy, electric vehicle subsidy, is paused for another 10 years because there's a lot of oil import and oil export, geopolitical problems we are facing because the petroleum companies are overpowering us. We have huge loans to pay back to the oil nations. So we still have to buy from them. And so we are putting out, we'll just postponing the electric vehicle subsidy for next 10 years. क्या करना चाहिए एथर को, इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल वाली कंपनीज को क्या करना चाहिए बताओ. My question to you, Abhishek, everybody, not just Abhishek, all of you. If this happens, what should the EV companies do? क्या करना चाहिए उनको? क्या कर सकते हैं? They can do very little things. क्या ही कर सकते हैं? They will have to now wait when the government gives subsidy and people either if they don't have enough money they will shut down the business. Abhishek, long term risk आ गया ना. Long-term external risk, if they have to shut down the business, it's a long-term external risk, my friend. Environment ही change हो गया. That's external long-term risk. Okay? I hope you now understand external long-term. And you will remember this example and you will give this example in your exam. Okay. Priyanshi, to your question. Differentiation between business level and functional level position. You're a little bit confused. Okay. Let me help you. Okay, Priyanshi, there is a vice president. Okay. How many of you, let's say there's a tax department. Okay. There is a tax department. The vice president of tax department of a big MNC is reviewing what are our open tax litigations available, or what are the open tax litigations now currently the company has to pursue. And there is a list of 110 tax cases or tax litigations that are happening for the company in different states of India. Some is GST, some is income tax. There are 10 subsidiaries, उनका भी income tax का चल रहा है. 20 other subsidiaries, उनका GST का case चल रहा है. So the tax head, okay, the VP of tax is reviewing that, and he calls upon the North India GST head. He calls upon, or she calls upon, let's be fair. Okay. Now this person calls upon the North India tax head. And this North India tax head is asked a question by the VP of the total organization head. Why does North India have the maximum amount of litigations and they're pending for more than 4 years? What is happening? This North India tax head calls up the manager, right? Calls up the manager who actually goes to the officers across North India, goes to Ludhiana, goes to Patiala, goes to Gorakhpur, goes to Delhi office, goes to Faridabad office to meet officials of GST and income tax and everybody, goes to their consultant lawyers and chartered accountants and gets, so he calls that this person calls the manager who manages all of this. This manager comes and tells the VP of tax that this is because our documents are not complete. There was a system change in our organization, and because of the system change, the documents are now lost and we cannot trace back. And the government needs traces of the documents. Until we solve that, these litigations will remain open. Okay? Understood, Priyanshi? Itna samajh aaya? Are we on the same page? Give me a yes, no. Everybody, not just Priyanshi. It's going to help you. Are we clear? Okay, we are clear. Very nice. This VP is corporate level. The North India tax head is business level person, and the manager who's rushing office to office is functional level. Okay. Now, this the middle person, the North India tax head will have 3 4 managers. One person is looking after GST, one for income tax, one for customs, 3 4 managers. And he called upon one person out of that, which was the GST manager, to answer the VP. So ये जो middle business layer है ना, this is actually managing the sub actual workers on the field. That's a business level. Corporate level, business level, functional level. In today's world, business level खत्म होता जा रहा है. Organizations are killing the business level. They say, I don't need so many people to manage people who are actually working. People who are actually working are self-sufficient, they're smart enough, they will do their job and directly report to the VPs. ये बीच में नॉर्थ इंडिया हेड, साउथ इंडिया हेड, ईस्ट इंडिया हेड क्यों बना के रखा हुआ है? Read the news, the middle layers, because of AI, because of technology, because of processes being so standardized, there is no need. कोई जरूरत नहीं होती है. इतना आप मैकडोनल्ड्स जाओ, go to McDonald's and observe. There will be 15 people working, only one manager. There is only one manager managing those 15 people. Right? कोई प्रॉब्लम आ गई, कुछ आ गया, प्रोक्योरमेंट, इतनी ही जरूरत है. Huge teams can be managed by one person because people are very standardized process. The person who's making an aloo tikki burger knows how to make it. Manager को खड़े होके नहीं देखना है ऐसे कि आलू टिक्की burger कैसे you're making, right? So that is business level. It's getting depleted, to be very honest. But you get what is a business level. You get what's a business level, right? Yes or a no? Okay, awesome. In the interest of time, what I'll do is I'll take a pause here now. 9:26 on the clock. Okay. We'll take a pause at chapter 2 here. We have three more sessions. We have three more sessions to complete our entire revision. We'll do that. I'll have more questions for you. We'll study from the study material. We'll study the Saransh. We will revise every concept possible only if you guys are active, interactive, and you ask questions. Otherwise, it's my revision, not yours. मेरा revision हो जाएगा and I've already given my exams. So what I'll do now is I'll open the forum. We'll spend 10 minutes. I would be happy if you want to unmute yourselves, guys, ask questions, doubts, clarifications. It's for you, okay? I'll take a pause. Any questions that you have, you want to unmute yourself, raise your hand and I'll unmute you and you can ask your doubts live and we can have a chat. Okay, come, let me unmute you. Here you go.
Change based on the vision statement or something like that is what I understand. So here in this question, I understand that they're only talking about the technological changes or something like that. So only because of that, the entire nature of the business or the main uh, their vision is not supposed to change, is what I understand.
Okay, first question.
Uh,
Where was this question asked? Is this like a previous year question where you're reading this question about?
no, sir. This is in the MCQ
Okay,
practice, which is on
okay,
USD.
awesome.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
if I read this question for the group here, okay, let's see. The following is the message of a CEO to all the divisional heads. Okay, the keyword what they're saying is it's a message to all the divisional heads. It is significant to understand the persisting need for developing new vistas of work, and of course, it is preceded by the acute need for ability to adapt the ever-changing external world. We at Chrome Limited have identified that embracing to digital technology is where our future lies, and we shall all pledge to make this transition a successful choice, which will definitely entail a few organizational changes. Okay, this message of the CEO, in your opinion, is that of what? Okay, that's the question for everybody in the classroom. Okay, Akam, what was the answer you gave?
Uh, sir, I know it is stupid. So there were four options. So one
Mm-hmm,
is mission, and the second option is vision, and the third option is value or statement,
mm-hmm.
and the fourth option is strategic information leadership statement. So
Okay,
I went by elimination method. Like
okay,
when because I don't know the answer, I went by
okay,
the elimination method.
awesome.
I was pretty sure that it is not vision statement
Okay.
and it can't be values. So I was little confused whether it should be a mission or the fourth option, which I don't even know, which is strategic transformation leadership statement. So I was a little confused between these two, and I'm also sure, like I just kind of felt that it can't be a mission statement
Mm,
because it is due to the external factors or the changing world. It's not their business related. So so
okay.
mission is basically what we are here for, what we want to do and everything that talks about our basically mission talks most of the things about ourselves, like why we are
Hmm.
in the business or something like that. So it can't be mission also. So the fourth option, I went ahead with the fourth option, which is strategic transformation leadership statement,
And
which
were you
I am
right
not even
or were
aware
you
of the
wrong?
statement. I was wrong, sir.
Okay. Why do you think so? And what was the right answer? Let me get into this.
the,
Great explanation for each of the options. Come first. But what was the
so
right
the right
answer?
answer is it's vision statement.
Absolutely.
I don't know, sir, why.
Absolutely. It has to be vision statement. Let me tell you
So,
why. Okay.
okay,
Let's break this down. Why? What
okay.
is a vision statement? What's the purpose of a vision statement?
So it's like where we see ourselves in the future, like where we want to
Okay,
be or where we want to in a bigger
awesome.
picture. Yeah.
Okay,
So as
now
a whole.
correct. The
Mm,
keyword you're using is where you want to be in the future. Correct. That's what a
yes,
vision
yes,
is.
yes,
If
sir.
you read the statement that you have already shared, right, somewhere in
Mm-hmm.
the middle you see we at Chrome Limited have
Mm-hmm.
identified that embracing to digital technology is where our future lies.
Okay.
And we shall pledge to make this transition a successful choice, which will definitely entail a few organizational changes. The statement itself is talking about where Chrome Limited wants to be in the future. It wants to be a digital first company because it's the need of the hour. So, what they're trying to say is our vision is to become a next. So, again, vision you have one, but it keeps changing, like we say, right? Today, my vision is to be a 100 crore company. I want to be the best
Mm-hmm.
company in the segment. Once you reach there, your next piece is I want to be the next biggest in the globe. So your vision also keeps changing. Now at Chrome, what they're saying is future is technology. So we are taking this leap and going for technology in the future. It's a vision statement. It's talking about future. It's not talking about what they are going to do. It's not defining. How are they going to be digital? He's not telling that, right? He's for sure giving a vision to the investors, to employees that hey, in the future we're going to be focused on digital first. So that's a vision state, sharing of vision.
Okay. So, so like if they were given like let's say Chrome Limited is a technology company like Wipro or Infosys.
Correct.
In that case, I would have definitely gone for the vision statement. But here in this case, since they've not even given any details of Chrome Limited, what in which business they are into, it can be any kind of business, right? So I
Not
that
necessarily. So okay,
okay.
any company in the future going digital which is non IT company,
Mm-hmm.
that doesn't become a vision statement. But
Yeah, sir.
the choice
Exactly.
of industry, the choice of industry will not define the vision, right? Okay, let's say I have a company and my company is cow milking company. I milk cows. I have 100 cows
Okay.
and I give pure milk. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I say, okay, my vision is I want to put robos in my cow field and robos will milk the cows. My future is robots in agriculture technology. That's my vision. Would you say that's my vision or that's my mission? Or that's not a vision at all? Using technology, using robots in agriculture.
It can be, sir.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Non-IT
Okay.
company, pure cow milking company can also be digital first technology company, right? So choice of
Okay,
industry
sir.
will not really define if it's a technology is a vision or not. Anybody
Got it.
can have a technology vision, right?
Yes, sir.
Awesome.
Yes, sir. So that is clear. And I'm just asking about the fourth option, which is strategic transformational leadership statement. What is it at all? Like, what does it mean? Like, does it have any relevance to our
It will
subject as well?
have if the question, yeah, it does. Okay. Transactional and transformational leadership styles are two styles we're studying in our syllabus. Okay. Chapter 5. Now, the
Okay.
underlying message of the CEO, in your opinion, is which strategic like concept, then we go with vision. But if the question, the same thing, they give you the same statement, and the question comes out, what kind of
Hmm.
leadership style can we foresee of the leader from this statement? That's transformational. Then that option becomes relevant
Okay.
depending on the question they are asking.
Okay, so got it.
Okay? Awesome.
Thank
Very
you.
happy
Thank
you're
you, sir.
solving questions.
Thank
Good.
you, sir.
Thank you. Sorry, I just okay. Great. Anybody else? It's an open forum, right? We are above time, but it's okay. You have doubts, you have questions, please feel free to raise your hands. I'll be happy to unmute. You have doubts, you can put in the chat, right?
Sorry, sir. Sorry to interrupt. Just one
Sure.
question.
Mhm.
This is not related to subject. Okay.
Okay.
In general, so is it better if we give mock tests which are like outside the
Absolutely. It is
not
not it is
not
not better.
as
Not ICI, but other mock tests, right?
yeah, sir. So like there are some test series that are available which they correct and everything, right? So
Sure.
if we go with, I I'm sure like we have to read the mock test papers that ICA is providing.
Right.
Given that our mock test papers is not evaluated if we are doing it online, so is it like is it going to help us, or like is it worth investing the money out on the test series that are
See,
available outside?
sure. That's a great question, and a lot of students will have that. So again, depends where. I don't know. So probably which person or which institute you are referring to, but just from a student perspective, if you still feel you need more preparation beyond the ICI resources, right? There's no stopping to it, right? It's your preparation, it's your how confident, how much more you want to practice, what suits you best, what preparation suits you best. That's what is important for you, is how I would answer that, right? Again, is it worth investing or not really depends on the quality of the tests you're giving, which I can't judge, which maybe you can judge or your friends can help you. But if you want to go ahead and do more than what ICI has already provided, you're open to do that, right? There's no stopping to it. It's your preparation. You decide if it works. If you want to do that, please go ahead and do that. Okay, awesome. Okay, we'll take one more question. If not, we'll wrap up for today and I'll meet you next Sunday again when we continue with chapter 2 and more questions, and chapter 3 as well, which is strategic analysis. How should I start writing practice? By writing, Abhishek. Sit down, spend 30 minutes. 30 minutes where you can easily answer 5 to 6 questions, my friend, more than enough. 30 minutes ही चाहिए सिर्फ. दिन में क्या आप you can just spend like 30 minutes and just practice 5 6 questions. Your confidence will boost up. Okay, wonderful. Very happy that all of you joined and were active. With that, let me wrap up the session today, and I'll meet you next Sunday. Think, and we'll do chapter 2 and 3 and more questions. Okay. Thanks everyone for being very active. I'll see you very soon. Thank you. Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you.